Welcome, one and all, to the not the KOE Nation, the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. Definitely.
He forgot what show he's on again. No.
For one show. So definitely check me out at KOE Nation on YouTube and Twitch. But we're here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, folks. And we are here on the road to WrestleMania. Yes, folks. We are here to give you our previews and predictions here on the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, despite the fact that you did not get our traditional intro video. So, that's why I was thinking, no intro videos.
But then you had to intro a different channel altogether, so I didn't get
it's not my fault. The production crew is not up to KOE stuff.
Actually, yeah, it is.
So,
a little bit.
So, I'm sorry. You need to get on. There we go. Welcome, one and all, to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast here on YouTube, here on Twitch. You can also check us out on Spotify and join Big Buckin' Empire only on Facebook and YouTube. You know it's the right thing to do, folks. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, and this is the show so nice I had to intro it twice. Our previews and predictions for WrestleMania. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE, joined by my indomitable broadcast partners. We have the one and only Chicken, the current, reigning, defending Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, but I have pulled the classic heel, steal the title move, and now Chicken is going to have to come to the hero of this story, Phil KOE's castle, to reclaim his title. And I'm also joined by the nine-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, the one and only Tony G. These will be my opponents for WrestleMania. Gentlemen, how are you doing this evening?
Great.
I was like, right. Is Phil just going to do this whole show?
I can.
I didn't know if I was supposed to talk or not. Like,
I know.
Jesus.
I mean, I can keep going.
I know he can't stop the steal.
Chicken is obviously doing great tonight. Tony is obviously doing great tonight. And we will get into WrestleMania. Stop the steal.
It's been a long fucking week. And my God, I'm ready to
get into it.
Hopefully enjoy some of this wrestling. And we are here. It has finally arrived. Folks, we are on the eve of WrestleMania 37, nights 1 and 2. We're doing it again. Doubleheader, Saturday and Sunday night show. Second year in a row they're doing this, but for the first time in one revolution around the sun, right? Fans, back in the arena. We're back in Tampa Bay. We're trying it again. It's not going to be crickets. There's going to be actual cardboard cutouts and actual living, breathing, honest to God, WWE fans yearning, craving, finally back in a wrestling arena. And I think that is alone is going to be one of those special moments you don't forget, even if you're not super hyped about half of this card.
So are there actually going to be cardboard cutouts? Oh, that's awesome. They need to have like old 90s like people from the Attitude Era and the New Generation era, like cardboard cutout of Shawn Michaels and one like Stone Cold and of course a John Cena. Like you got to have all the come on, they've got a warehouse full of cardboard cutouts. I mean, they should definitely just that would be way better. I would actually
That is true. Like what are they doing with all those gold dust and headbangers, cardboard cutouts from the Attitude Era that's somewhere in Greenwich just taking up space in a storage locker. That's a good idea, Phil. I'll give you that one. Tip of the hat.
Well, thank you, sir. So, without further ado, let's get right in.
I have right here, I've got the entire card of both nights written out in the order that we're expecting them to be. And I've got all my picks written out on the paper here. I'm only torn on a couple of them, to be completely frank. So I am interested to see which way you guys go with a few of these. I don't know. Some of these are really not going to be great matches. They're going to be bathroom break matches, but there's a lot of sleepers here for really classic matches. And if the crowd's even a quarter of the way full and it has the energy that I'm expecting, I think we could be in for a couple of really good nights of wrestling. And that's all I can really hope for at this point, especially since last year was just one of those stains on the wrestling industry, if we're going to be completely honest, even though there were some really big moments on that show.
There were, but let's be frank. The fact that Chicken won the RWP championship at that WrestleMania is really the deepest, darkest stain in the history of all WrestleMania. So that does put an ugly stain on things. That's unfortunate. Sorry, champ. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So, you refer to me as the 3-time champ, by the way. Just clarifying.
Triple champ.
There you go.
Chicken.
Further proof that WrestleMania alone just kind of I'll be nice. All right, we got plenty of time to be hostile towards each other over the rest of this weekend over how this thing shakes out. But let's start this out. First match, night number 1. I'm assuming will be the curtain jerker. There's no pre-show matches. There's no pre-show excitement because they wanted that first match with explosions and pyro and the reintroductions of fans to have that special feeling. So there's no pre-show match. So kicking things off, boy, what a doozy. The tag team turmoil number 1 contendership for the women's championship tag team titles.
No way. They have to open this show with Drew Bobby. There's no other way. Are you kidding me? This is what they're opening the show. We haven't had fans for months.
They don't have to do that.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be the opener because we just want to get this out of the way. This is basically what replaced the women's battle royal. Let's be honest. Look how many people you got in this. What, 2, 4, 6, 8? 10, oh my God. You've got the makeshift. These are all makeshift tag teams other than Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. You've got Natalya and Tamina. You got Carmella and Billie Kay. You've got Mandy Rose and, oh, good God, the perpetually green Dana Brooke, Naomi, and Lana. I can't even pretend to get excited about this. The build for this, this actually got some of the better build, believe it or not. On the go-home week of both Raw and SmackDown, this had probably some of the better build for all of the matches. Not even kidding. And I'm still not even remotely excited about this. This is a pick-your-horse race. Like, honestly, this is... go ahead. If you've got an edge on me here, I am all ears, guys.
Well, to me, I'll go first. Mella's money. So I got Team Mella to take this. And let's be frank, okay, I'm looking at this match, and it's one of those, hey, that Philosopher King, Phil KOE, walks away with the belt. Absolutely correct. But I'm going to go ahead and say, I got a question for you guys. If you guys were to go name some wrestlers to any random human being on this planet, how long would you have to wait before someone in this match was named? Okay? That's why this should not open WrestleMania.
Oh, I agree. It shouldn't open. And you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe this won't open. I don't know. But I'm kind of going with quality here and just, we're gonna talk about this one first to get out of the way. Hopefully that's not the opener. And I'm looking at some of the other matches. There's other better choices, but we're talking about this to get it done and out of the way. You got Mella and Billie Kay. And again, goddamn, why did they break up the Iconics? Why?
I know, they were just so iconic. God, I love them. And so, right. But hey, I'm going, like you're saying, go with quality. Mella, Billie Kay, it's going to get a sour reaction. And
I
let's be
honestly
frank,
did kind of consider
the
picking
newly
them.
reformed Riot Squad is there to eat a pin.
Oh yeah, like if you were gonna pick somebody not to win this match, it's the actual tag team that's in the match. So yeah, the Riot Squad's not winning this. Because fuck it, who gives a shit, right? You know,
because we
tag
haven't
team
given a
titles,
shit about we haven't given a shit about women's tag team titles in WWE for how long now? So
they don't respect the men's tag titles.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
It's a pick
I was
your
about to
horse
say,
match.
I would have to disagree. They've treated the women's tag team titles with a lot more prestige and respect than they have their men's tag titles. When they just had the Street
That's not
Profits and
saying
New Day
much.
just trade the belts, it was like, okay, now we're just playing with baseball cards.
We'll get to that later.
Yes,
Yeah,
give it
we'll
time.
get there. I actually almost did pick Carmella and Billie Kay because they are the most recent thrown together team, like literally in the last week. So it makes perfect sense for them to win the match, right? I'm going to go full circle with this one, though. Since the champions are Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, I'm going full circle. I got Lana and Naomi to win this thing to face them on night 2. Chicken, who you got?
I had the same. I had Lana and Naomi. It's the only one that really makes sense. What are you going to do on night 2 with it? I did want to do Billie Kay and Mela. Like it sounded good. I just don't see it. So I'm sticking with the Lana and Naomi.
I think honestly, if anybody besides the Lana Naomi or Mela Billie Kay wins this, I'll be fucking shocked. I don't see it. All right. Moving along. Let's talk.
Tony is the great record
build.
keeper.
You want to talk shitty build? Let's talk about Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman in a steel cage.
This was amazing build. The slime. I was watching Nickelodeon all over again, man. This was fantastic.
Ching, ching, bling, bling, let me tell you.
This was the cringiest, most unbelievable, horrible storyline I've seen in recent memory. Like this, there was nothing that felt sincere about this. I mean, absolutely nothing. You've got Shane McMahon playing probably his worst heel role to date. Everything he was saying, just calling Braun Strowman stupid, felt so disingenuous. I couldn't even get excited about the fact that we're going to see Shane McMahon falling off of a cage. Like, I don't care because it was so bad. And Braun Strowman is in there playing the down on his luck babyface. Oh, people been calling me stupid my whole life. I'm standing up for the little guy now. Yeah, I'm doing it for you. This was so you've got this monster of a man, literally a monstrosity of a man, who you have booked into oblivion. Last year, this motherfucker was winning the Universal title against Bill fucking Goldberg. This year, he's getting called stupid by the boss's son. It's terrible. This is
the mighty have fallen.
Well, yeah, it's awful. Is there any question on who's going to win this match?
Well, unfortunately, Chicken's right. Unfortunately, there is going to be some, because there is actually a non-zero chance of here comes the money fucking walking away with the 3 count. But my prediction for this match is somehow, some way, despite it being a cage match, it might not be tall enough. Shane will have to climb up something else, jump off of that onto Braun, and then somehow, some way, Braun power slam 1, 2, 3. I've got Braun with the W here because, dear Jesus, you would hope. But this is Vince showing a lot of faith in Braun that he's putting him in the ring with his own son. But my prediction is
I hate that that's a thing. I hate that that's a thing because every year I'm like, who the fuck is going to be on Shane duty this year? Somebody's got to pull Shane duty.
He's got to take care of the
Undertaker. Yeah, and
when it was AJ Styles on Shane duty, I almost cried. And now this year, AJ Styles at a fucking tag team. Oh god damn it! I'm gonna have a headache soon.
But that does really show you how kind of schizophrenic the booking can be. That like WWE is like, hey, all right, Braun, we're finally going to show that we have some faith in you after we've already put the Universal title on you.
I have to pour it.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you better. This is going to be an evening that will require libation. But yeah, I got Braun Strowman. Is there anyone that disagrees with me?
No, I have Braun.
Yeah, I got Braun too. The only thing I can see happening is this a traditional cage match, or is it the first one out of the cage wins?
Probably
they've incorporated the pinfall and submissions into it, as well as the escapes.
The one take I had read was the only way Shane wins is if Braun does the train and just mouse through him, breaks the cage, and Shane falls outside, technically wins, and Braun doesn't care and just beats the hell out of him, which I can completely see.
And they would do that for no good reason because it's WrestleMania. You're supposed to just let the good guy win, but we got to keep the heat on Shane, though. We can't take too much heat off of Shane, guys. Remember that. So
I want to see real quick.
We all got Braun?
What is? Yeah, I've got Braun because if Shane McMahon wins this, it's just going to be an absolute.
It's got to end. This stupid feud has to be over with. Give Shane somebody else to be babysit.
Let me see here. I'm just pulling this up real quick. WrestleMania 33. No. What did he do on 33? I can't remember. 34, he won the Raw Tag Team titles with a 10-year-old boy. 35, Nicholas. He won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And at 36, he won the Universal title. He's actually got a pretty good WrestleMania record going. I don't have what he did at 33 handy. We'll have to look into that. But yeah, they do respect Braun at WrestleMania, so I like his chances.
We all wonder who's going to have that
moving along
close to Taker streak.
Yeah. All right.
Well, even the Undertaker had a Giant Gonzalez match. But moving along, the New Day
defends
the Raw Tag Team titles. New Day defends the Raw Tag Team titles against AJ Styles and Omos. Here's a guy who's like 8 foot tall, who's never had an on-screen match before, and you called him Omos? Like, it doesn't even roll off the tongue. I don't know.
Tony,
no, but
this is such a waste.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, he's never had an on-screen match before. Like, when you watch how he stands and acts and interact, you would swear he was unaware of the concept of a screen. Like, he was just like, what is television? What is facial acting? Like, like the guy's got potential. Yeah. The kid's got potential, but right now he's got the personality of a brick.
No, he doesn't have potential. He has 8. He has like 8 feet. That's what he has. This is such a waste of AJ Styles. Like, AJ Styles is in the twilight of his career, and I get
Vince McMahon wants to put like 8 belts on almost right now.
Yeah,
somebody's holding
back. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying he doesn't.
If he got a little more muscle jacked, yeah, he would.
Like AJ Styles versus Kofi Kingston in a singles match would have been amazing. This is going to be good because AJ Styles is going to carry this thing. Kofi's going to do his Kofi thing, and he's going to have the best broom handle worker in the business as an opponent. Xavier's familiar with AJ. They have a history in TNA. So this is going to be a great match. It's just
until Omos comes in, gives somebody a knife chop, and powerbomb somebody, and that's about all you're going to see from him.
I was about to say, like, this is going to be 3 incredible top-of-the-line wrestlers doing what they do best and almost. So, basically, Tony, but this is, like, I think it's almost like AJ's like, all right, so this is the challenge. You want me to go out and do very good wrestling to the point where people cannot notice. Almost like, all right, Vince, you son of a bitch. This is quite the challenge, but I'm up for it. Like, I think that could, like, AJ at this point.
So next year, the challenge is going to be AJ Styles versus Omos to see if he can do that match.
Oh,
got
fuck.
it. Every year.
No, there's
AJ
a reason
Styles has to do
Tony,
more and more.
Whoa. There's a reason AJ said, I'll be Omos's tag partner, but I'm not getting in the ring with him. Holy shit. Good luck, Kofi. Because it's going to be all Kofi, because he's the little guy, and Omos is big, but I don't know what his actual, like, strength level is. So, but he's so big that they'll just book around it.
Yeah. Now, for the two reasons, I'll go first. The two reasons I've already mentioned is one, McMahon wants to put as many belts on almost as he possibly can, and then they have zero respect for this tag team championship belts. So yeah, it's going to change hands. AJ almost walk away with them.
I have the winners of this particular match. One of the winners will be the 2018 Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Wrestler of the Year, the phenomenal AJ Styles. And almost. Yeah, that's my prediction.
Yeah.
AJ and almost.
Yeah, I got the same. I can't. That's how little respect we have. Again, another match where the thrown together makeshift tag team is going up against the champions on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. And here you go. We're gonna throw it on the makeshift team. Just go out there and do that because we don't give a fuck about these belts. We need to combine the tag team titles, and that needs to be the end of it. They can jump between Raw and SmackDown. And hey, you know what else would be great? Maybe don't have the belts look like dog shit. Maybe bring back, a good set of tag titles that look good, because these things suck. Anywho,
next.
But Tony, their focus group said they need those belts.
Yes.
Shut up. All right, moving along.
This match will be good.
Yeah, this is going to be a great match. I actually don't mind the build for this one. I think they did not enough, but their heart was in the right place here. And this is a good job booking. I think this is going to be a great match. Cesaro one-on-one with Seth Rollins. This could be a match of the year candidate, but you know that they're going to do something fucky in this one. Regardless of the finish, it doesn't matter. They're gonna overbook this one. Like, this is a match you just let these two guys go out, do very good wrestling, have a classic WrestleMania match in front of a live crowd. What a concept. But they're going to overthink it, and the thinking here is either they're finally giving Cesaro that big push to give him a WrestleMania win, or they're reintroducing nasty, despicable heel Seth Rollins who will cheat to win. So what's it going to be? What are you guys thinking for this one?
Can I go ahead, Chicken?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, because first of all, we've got a little bit of a back and forth comment war here. Justin Chris Tony becomes 10-time champ and inducted into the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Hall of Fame. And this Philosopher King Tantui 10-man goes, Bill Kiwi must be inducted before Tony G. And, let's be frank, that is very true. Very true. But, okay, so for Rollins, Cesaro, this is one of my predictions for a potential, one of the three matches that I'm giving match of the night, or match of the event potential. This one could be match. This will probably be match of the night for night one. I am going to say that Seth Rollins can come back on Monday and, I might have lost, but it doesn't matter. I'm still better than all you people. And Cesaro, this is pretty much his last chance. If he doesn't score the big W here, it's not ever going to really happen for Cesaro where he makes it to that next level. And I got to credit WWE. They've spent a lot of years, whether they intended it or not, they've finally become cognizantly aware that there's this kind of push, this pull, this desire to see Cesaro do better. And so we all want to see Cesaro get the W and maybe even someday grab one of the big straps. This is Cesaro's first singles match at WrestleMania. He is the 2018 Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Tag Team of the Year with Sheamus. I'm giving it to Cesaro.
All right.
What do you got, Chicken Champ?
I'll keep it short. This is for the face. That's who we want to see win. WrestleMania usually goes towards the face. Even though I love the drip, like I kind of like the Seth Rollins character in what we're seeing right now. But we'll go with Cesaro.
Yeah, this was one of those matches I was actually pretty torn on because it really truly could go either way. I'm really more excited about the match than I am the outcome. I don't care about the outcome. I just want to see an excellent match that these two could do. And like the hard thing here for me was that Seth Rollins did go in and have one of the better matches last year on a crowdless WrestleMania, he and Kevin Owens, and he lost that match. So with the WWE 50-50 booking, Seth Rollins is kind of up and down when it comes to WrestleMania matches. So is this his turn to win? Oh man, I wanted to pick Seth Rollins so bad, but I also had to go with Cesaro because, like Phil said, this is kind of his last chance. It's his first singles match at WrestleMania. This is finally his moment. Just pull the damn trigger. There's been a clamor for him to have a run for years and years and years from the fans. Hopefully that's finally going to happen here. I think you're going to see a lot of fuckery at the end of this and kind of ruin a really good match. But I think somehow Cesaro, I agree, does get the W. Moving along. Oh, God. I don't want to waste a lot of time on this.
Yeah, let's not.
Oh,
Phil,
guys,
what do you think?
This is the celebrity appearance here at WrestleMania, guys. I mean, come on. This is... who could forget the incredible dive Bad Bunny did? He is a former 24/7 champion.
And we've already spent more time on this than I wanted to.
Going up against a 2-time WWE champion and some side characters that should really be getting the push here. So Bad Bunny and Miz are like the black hole of all the attention, when we should be putting Damian Priest and John Morrison over.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Bad Bunny and Damian Priest because losing is what Miz and Morrison seem to do as a hobby.
Yes, agree. Same pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. This is, and Bad Bunny's going to get the pin on probably the Miz when it should be Priest doing the pinning, getting the win on both of those guys in a crumpled heap because Priest is a star here, but celebrity and all that.
Yeah,
so you guys,
Bad Bunny will be getting a pin over a 2-time WWE World Champion, folks. Yep.
That's
about to happen.
Shake out.
You're about to see that.
So,
Lord Almighty God.
Some people think was Phil. You thought this could be the opener, but I don't think it will be. This is the WWE World Title match. No, not this one. Not this one.
You're not doing this one?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I thought we were going in order. All right. Anyway,
I'm going in the correct order. Hopefully.
Okay.
We almost had actually last month we called the card almost perfect in terms of her order. I was very impressed with this. Bobby Lashley defending the WWE World Title against the former 2-time champ Drew McIntyre. This could be such a good match.
Okay,
and these guys did have a WWE title match last year, if you remember.
If I may, allow me to make my case here as to why Bobby Lashley versus Drew has to open the first night of WrestleMania. Everyone's been cramped up. We haven't been able to get out to do live events. Wrestling fans have been cloistered at home for far too long, and now they're finally out in the stands. They're finally ready to see wrestling, and the first big pop of the big crowd. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Fucking Drew McIntyre's music hits, comes out with the sword, drops it in, pyro, the crowd, fucking going nuts as the first big pop of WWE making a statement that we are back. That is my case. And also, it's going to end with a big old Claymore kick with the only leg slap that's going to be allowed all night long. And it's going to be Drew McIntyre holding the championship up high, much like your King of Extreme will be holding the championship up high at the end of WrestleMania.
Oh, no, that's not true. Chicken, what do you got?
I'm sorry, I fell asleep through that whole thing. And be careful with my my
narcolepsy
hardware.
around greatness. I get it.
Yeah. Be careful with that hardware. You're getting fingerprints and crap all over it. Anyway, so yeah, I think Phil is right. If it opens this way, you have to give it to Drew. But there's a part of me that's sitting here going, what the fuck was breaking up the Hurt Business for? What the fuck was all of this for if Bobby Lashley's going to lose it right away? What is exciting about seeing more of the same when it comes to I really hate to do this. I'm going with Bobby Lashley.
Whoa! Hey, we got some differences here, folks. And this is what's going to make it exciting if they do make this one of the last matches of the night. Like, basically, the later this goes, the more I like Chicken's chances. The earlier it is, the more I like my chances.
If it opens with it, I'll just be like, oh, shit.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Yeah, if this opens, it's Drew McIntyre all day. But like you said, they broke up the Hurt Business. I think the whole reasoning behind that, there's only two reasons that they did that. One, it's a farce. It's a complete bait and switch, and they're going to come out and they're going to help him win anyway, and they'll be back together on Monday night. Or they broke them up to reintroduce somebody else into the fold as the new member of the Hurt Business, and that man is Keith Lee, Drew McIntyre's former friend, and that's why I have Bobby Lashley to retain.
Oh, all righty, folks. We got two fellas who are wrong this evening. But now, if they do have a reunion of the Hurt Business, we really need to have Bobby come back. You can blame it all on me. Like, I'm sorry, somebody needs to sing that. I don't know who. I don't know who has the best pipes, but Bobby come back needs to be a
Phil,
thing.
you can do a tryout this weekend. We'll record it.
Bobby come back. You can blame it all on me. Oh, yes. So
all right. So let's move on to the main event, and this is Sasha Banks defending the SmackDown Women's title against Bianca Belair, the winner of the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble. Oh boy. Okay. Sasha's got the pipes, she's got the promo skills, and she's always going to toss her ass around like a rag doll, especially on a stage like this. More so if she wins, slightly less if she's not going to win, but she's going to give Bianca a good match. Bianca doesn't quite have the promo skills yet. She's got the cocky attitude. She just doesn't quite have all the gears turning in the right way, but she's got a ton of potential. She shined in the 2020 Royal Rumble. She won this year's. She's riding a bunch of steam. Does she come out and win the title here? Chicken, you're going to go first because I'm looking at these picks, and right now you and I are identical on night one. So who do you like in this one?
So I'm imagining Banks goes full on heel. We're finally going to see the evolution as it were. And of course, when that happens, we've already at this point seen Bobby Lashley defeat one face. You can't have two faces lose like this. So after Sasha Banks goes full on heel, there you go. You can't let her keep it, right? You got to go with the face at this point.
So you got Bianca.
Yeah.
Tony G, what do you got?
All right, so Chicken and I have exactly the same predictions for WrestleMania Night 1. Down the line, like you and I are completely in sync. All right, I was really hoping you were going to pick Sasha. Phil, go for the controversy.
I really can't here because if they're main eventing, main eventing. I'm sorry. The last match of the actual event's the main event. I'm sorry. I know we're pretty big marks. Well, I know we're big marks here, but come on now. So this will be the ending for night one. I am going to have to go along with Bianca. This is her crowning moment where she is now another dance partner to be able to play with the 4 horsewomen along with Asuka, because they need somebody else to keep doing this other than Asuka, Nia Jax, and now Shayna Baszler. So like that
Well,
the Elimination Chamber.
But things happened, and that's not.
Yeah. Well, hey, what you gonna do, Ric Flair? Woo! He's one this wheeling, dealing son of a gun. Woo! Oh, that's what they can say, ladies. None of you can be first, but one of you can be next. Woo! So yeah.
All right, thank you, Phil. We needed the Ric Flair.
So there is night 1.
Night 1. That is night 1. Chicken and I are completely in sync. There's no surprises here for either of us.
So the tag
Phil,
team.
I will say, the only reason I don't like the fact that you're picking Belair to win the main event of night 1, you've also got Drew McIntyre to open the show and win. I don't see both of those things happening. I see one of the two happening. It could be either or, but I don't see both of them. Because if you remember,
for my case, I hope it's
2 years ago,
Banks retains and McIntyre wins.
2 years ago, the women's championships, the world, and the universal all changed in that big happy ending, and I just don't think that that's going to happen again. So that was my one gripe with your picks there. So let's move on to night.
You're allowed to be wrong. It's okay.
Rarely am. Night 2.
9
folks.
times.
Night 2.
You're what, a 6-time champ, Phil?
7, sir.
Oh yeah, that's right. You had a 1-day reign. Oh no,
you've got the shortest reign now.
I've got the 2-day reign. That's right. Okay,
girls.
I will turn this car right around. Okay, all right. So
here we go.
Night 2.
This is gonna be so long. Okay, night 2. The women's tag team championship. Can we assume that that's going to open this thing? It just probably will, right? Regardless of night 1, the women's tag team championship is probably going to open night 2. So you've got Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, the champs, going up against the winner of the turmoil match the night before. Chicken and I have Lana and Naomi, Phil Steak and Mella, Billy Kay. Could be 3 other teams. So I'm just going to flat out ask you guys, do the champs retain their belts, or does the winner of the match the night before walk away as the new champs?
Lana, Naomi will walk away as champs.
Okay.
They do not retain. Okay.
All right. I also don't see Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler retaining, because this is doing it at WrestleMania is the catalyst for their singles feud. So them losing the belt is regardless of who they lose it to, and it could go a lot of different ways. I've heard some pretty crazy rumors, like even Charlotte and Becky showing up, or Charlotte and Bayley, which I don't really think so either. I think, but there could be like a no, Charlotte's been pulled off. So I think you've heard some pretty crazy rumors as to who this other mystery team could be. I think it's probably going to be one of the already announced teams, and they're going to go on to win, and it will not be the Riot Squad.
Yeah, it will not be. We know that. The Riot Squad will not be your champs on Monday. I can promise everybody that right now. No, you guys are 100% right for
take it to the
same exact reasons, because I think this is the catalyst. This is the the jumping off point of the Nia Jax Shayna Baszler feud, because they don't want to put the belt, like the SmackDown or the Raw Women's Championship, on either one of them. For whatever reason, Vince got cold feet about Baszler. He hasn't considered Nia Jax as championship material for a while. So they've kind of been, well, just put them together. That solves all the problem. They wanted to be champs. There you go. They're champs. Yeah, kind of. So this is the jumping off of their one-on-one feud. And I'm actually looking forward to that. So I'm excited to see them drop the belts here. I think that's enough for that one, because it's not going to be a great match.
No, it's not.
This is going to be, I am fucking so excited for this. This is so good. Oh God, I'm so happy. This is a match that should have happened at WrestleMania a couple of years ago, but they didn't pull the trigger. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. This is a match that these two guys have been having for a decade. These two guys have been prepping for this match for years. They have pulled out all the stops. Yeah, their entire career. This is the stage. Like, the only time that you're ever going to get a stage bigger than this one for these two that they've been building for is if this is the main event and the belt is on the line. But we're not quite there with these two guys yet. Well, we were with Kevin Owens, but nobody even remembers that at this point. Thanks, Goldberg. This is going to be so damn good. Like, these guys are going to tear each other apart. They're going to leave everything in the ring. This could be match of the entire event. I'm so excited for this, and I hope it doesn't get too convoluted. I hope they give these guys a big enough window. I hope there's not a bunch of stupid bullshit that they incorporate in the back. Oh, that's right. We had to add Logan Paul to the mix because we didn't have enough fucking celebrity shine. God fucking damn it. Just let these guys wrestle, and I hope that's what happens here. Who do you guys like in this one?
Kevin Owens. And yeah, the Logan Paul thing scares the hell out of me because it's some fuckery is going to happen throughout there. But I got Kevin Owens.
Who do I like in this? Well, Logan Paul, obviously. No. Kevin Owens is love. Kevin Owens is light. It will be Kevin Owens. Yeah, and it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be beautiful. And so Tony's, that's cute. Tony thinks he's pulling ahead with a Sami Zayn pick. But
I'm going with Sami Zayn.
At least we got some difference. At least we got some difference here.
I finally bucked the trend here. All right, let me tell you why Sami Zayn's going to win this. Like I just mentioned, the Logan Paul thing, I think he's going to try to help Kevin Owens, or he's going to inadvertently sucker punch Kevin Owens, and that's going to end up being why Sami gets the pin, or he does a heel turn, or something is going to happen. This is Sami Zayn's to win because it's the culmination of his mockumentary, I was robbed of the Intercontinental title thing, and it's been funny. I've enjoyed. He's just a great heel altogether. I just love everything Sami Zayn does as a heel. And last year, if you remember, Kevin Owens won his WrestleMania match, so he's going to lose this one. Sorry, guys. This is Sami Zayn all day.
Tony, so your analysis is relying on Logan Paul having the wherewithal, knowledge, and understanding of how, what to properly do for a heel turn? Good luck.
You do realize we're watching WWE, right?
Chicken just
we're watching WWE. Phil, if Logan Paul isn't a champion by the end of the night, I'd be shocked.
That's fair.
I'll give you that. Like, now, granted, there is a
24/7 title. Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, I was about to say there's like a 65% chance of Logan Paul being the 24/7 champ by the end of the weekend, anyways. It might happen night one.
Finally dropped the ball on one of those picks. Thanks.
Okay, see. Unfortunately, Sami losing also ties into his old documentary gimmick pretty well. So that's where I think you might have tripped up. So thanks for that free point, guys. I'm pulling ahead from both of you with my Drew McIntyre pick and the women's tag match. Who knows which direction that could go? Probably going to be some shock team, and we'll all be wrong anyways. And so I'm pulling ahead there. Chicken and I will stay tied. He'll stay 1 point. He'll stay 1 point behind me. Don't worry about it, guys.
Let's see about this match. Let's talk about the United States title match. You've got the champ, Matt Riddle. Oh, excuse me. Just Riddle versus Sheamus. Now, Riddle has been apparently, I missed this segment, I'll be honest. And I can't believe I missed it. Apparently, he was talking to Asuka on Raw. And he was doing his whole stoner bro gimmick. And he literally forgot his next line and just left. I don't know if that was ad-libbed. I don't know if that was written into the script, because if it was written into the script, he finally figured out how to cut a real believable promo, which I'm doubting. So I think he legitimately just said, I forgot what I was doing, and just left. So I don't know if they're going to punish him for that or not. That's really going to be the deciding factor on who walks away with the U.S. title, I think. Forget the build. Sheamus has been feuding with Drew McIntyre for, a couple of months now. And this is what he ends up doing at WrestleMania. He's got to be fucking pissed. So does he walk away United States champion as a consolation prize out of this, or does Riddle retain? What do you guys think?
I'll let the champ take this one first.
This whole situation is just dumb to me. Like, you have Sheamus, one of the, and he's doing great. I wasn't a big fan of him and Drew going at it, because I was like, I don't understand this, where this story ends up. Like, nobody wins here. But then to go from fighting Drew McIntyre to fucking stoner dude, like, what the hell? So maybe you're right. Maybe there is a little punishment going on here. This doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. I think if anything, it's to get over, to try to get Riddle over and make him look like he's a legit champ, and maybe maybe get, nobody wants to respect him. That's a stupid gimmick. But if he can beat Sheamus, then maybe people will be like, oh, I'm going Riddle. This is a dumb one either way. I fucking hate this match.
Tony?
Yeah, I could go either way on this one, because, like I said, they could punish Riddle, or they could reward Sheamus for having some really good matches here and giving Drew McIntyre an opponent. But I think, for whatever reason, they are kind of perplexed with Riddle, and I think that he's going to walk away with the belt here. This is one of those matches I could see easily ending in a disqualification.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Riddle to win. I think, regardless, I think he's going to be your champ at the end of this thing. I don't think he'll be the champ much longer. He could lose it on Monday night. I think at the next pay-per-view, he'll drop it. I don't know. I just think they've got something in store here, but I don't think it's Sheamus winning the belt.
Now, I do have to agree with both of you here, unfortunately, for a reason that even kind of previously contradicts my pick. Riddle can pretty much be the feud for whoever loses between Lashley and McIntyre. And if McIntyre loses to Lashley, they're going the Lashley direction. If that's the case, they got to give McIntyre something else to chase. Now, to give a Scotsman the U.S. title is kind of... But anyways, so I see... And even with Sheamus giving an Irishman the U.S. title. And the fact that no wrestlers ever grabbed that just low-hanging fruit of making it the Ireland title or wherever they're from. It's always like Rey Mysterio could have had one of the most marketable belts in WWE history when he was U.S. champion by making it the Mexico champion. It would have been one of the hottest selling... That
was the one thing Lance Storm did in WCW that was worthwhile, was making every belt the Canadian belt.
Yes, but like, I'm sorry, that belt would have been one of the hottest selling merchandise pieces in the last 10, 15 years. But I digress. I am going to go with Matt Riddle. Again, I'm sorry. The motherfucker was in the UFC.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, if Vince tomorrow decides your name is Tom Thumb, like, are we going to just all go like, well, yeah, when Tom Thumb fought in the UFC, like, God damn it. Like, I'm sorry. Funny trivia fact: Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 19 was the last time two people main evented using their real names.
Wow!
And the more you know.
Yeah, think about that one. Yeah,
that's wow.
And we're at WrestleMania 37, folks, or as I like to call it, the really long game build-up to WrestleMania 38.
Actually, you could just call this one the real WrestleMania 36, since they're back at Buccaneers Stadium.
Oh, don't try to wipe away my championship.
Oh,
yeah, we're just gonna wipe that one off the books.
No, can't do it.
Tony tries to go old George Orwell on us, like, no, there never was a chicken nor a chicken reign.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the Raw Women's Championship. The champ, Asuka, defending against last-minute replacement Rhea Ripley. So this is interesting to me. These two have a history, I think, a little bit, maybe in NXT. I wasn't really watching towards the beginning of Rhea's NXT run. I caught a good chunk of Asuka's late NXT run, but the combination, the styles here, I think this is going to be one of those sleeper matches of the entire event. Rhea Ripley had an amazing outing last year with Charlotte. I just wish they wouldn't have opened night 2 with that, because I was so fucking burnt out from night 1 and drinking till whatever time in the morning that I wasn't prepared for it. So hopefully this is a little later in the card on night 2, because I really want to enjoy this one. I think Asuka's just been great as champ, because they haven't really had any direction for her. But this is a great opponent. They finally found that opponent for Asuka. And I'm so excited for this one. Like, I really expect big things here. This could go either way, folks. This really could. Asuka, she's done nothing but good things. Rhea's really, since her defeat last year at WrestleMania, they flubbed her. Like, they did nothing with her. Yep. They didn't have her regain the NXT Women's Championship. They barely had her come close. They kind of just, hey, she's debuting like a month before WrestleMania, and she was just a last-minute replacement for Charlotte. That was the rematch we wanted to see at WrestleMania, but we're getting this, and it's just as exciting. I don't know. I could go either way with this one. What do you guys think?
You said one person's name in there, which is exactly the main reason I am choosing Rhea Ripley, is Charlotte. We want to see this, and we want to see this blossom. You're right. The last year, and this is the trend with WWE, is you had Ripley last year, this blooming rosebud coming up, and you could have done so many things. Yep. And now you have, how many people are trying to be Rhea Ripley now? It was cool. It was edgy a year ago. Now you have a whole bunch of people and of course, in WWE fashion, we're going to be late to the fucking party. But credit due. I think Ripley deserves it. And I want to see a feud with her and Charlotte. I think this is going to be fantastic, and it makes way more sense.
I could see this match opening WrestleMania night 2. I could actually see
don't do that again to Ripley.
Hey, well, there's a reason that she's good for that spot. It's the super dead spot. You've given the crowd like 20 hours, and now you got to get them back. And so Ripley Charlotte was perfect for that.
I think you can still open with it and Ripley still win.
Well, that's why
on night 2 you can do that.
I think it would actually be almost too apropos and also it's so unfortunate because Asuka, she has been a workhorse through the worst of this pandemic. She has been that reliable hand that they could always turn to, but even Asuka understands, just like Sasha, we gotta start making some new dance partners in the women's divisions. We gotta make people seem like they're more important than they were the day before so that people care about their matches more. And Rhea Ripley has been done fucking dirty for the last 12 months. Okay? The best way to rehabilitate her is to give her a clean 1, 2, 3 over Asuka tonight, or the second night of WrestleMania, opening the show, and then next year in Texas, the opening show is for one of the women's titles rematch, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. That is actually how you just perfectly tie this whole string of a story together over 3 years, and I am giving it to Rhea Ripley, despite the fact that Asuka, I could definitely see them rewarding her for her tremendous work, but Asuka also gets, we got to bring Ripley up. And so I think we're going that way. Am I wrong, team?
No, I think you're right. You got Ripley as well. I've got Ripley. Chicken's got Ripley. I will just say, even though she's a last-minute replacement for Charlotte, I think there's a 0% chance Asuka walks away with the belt here. Can you really bring Rhea Ripley up and have her have a big match on WrestleMania 2 years in a row and have her lose both of them? If you do, you're legitimately just nailing the coffin shut on one of the bigger potential stars out of NXT in a while, especially from the women's division. So, no, Ripley's winning this match, and it's not even going to be a question. I think she walks away with the belt, and I really like it. New dance partner for everybody. Raw needs that shot of injection back into the women's division, and Rhea's just the one to do it. I'd love to see a triple threat with Charlotte thrown in at next year's Mania, hell, even by SummerSlam. But we got a lot of stuff that we could do just by adding Rhea as the champ up until that point. So really looking forward to this match. I think it'll be really good. Next match I'm not super excited about because we've seen it about a dozen times. Big E defending the Intercontinental title against now Nigerian Prince, Apollo Crews, in the Nigerian drum fight, whatever the fuck that is.
I hate every part of this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing appealing about this. I've seen this match. They have good matches.
Yes, but here's the worst part. Apollo kind of has to win this. It's a Nigerian drum match, whatever the fuck that is. Like, is it like the Muppets where they take your head and they bounce it off the drum like bam 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 bam? Like, is that how you like? I don't get like what. How would a drum play into this? Why would there be a drum? Yeah. What is like? I bet like if there's anyone from Nigeria watching, I bet you could not tell me what the fuck this is. Okay, so this is just a made up thing, and I hate every part of this. I hate the fact that Big E is probably going to eat a loss. I hate Apollo Crews. Like, I like the fact that he's at least got a gimmick and a character that's not just smiling. But man, you're really asking this guy to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. So we'll see how far it goes. But what's your predictions, guys? I got Apollo. And I'm happy about it, as you can tell.
I like on this one, honestly, flip a fucking coin. You said it all. I really don't care. I want to see. I don't want to see anything here. I might just tune out and go to the bathroom during this one. I'm not sure I want to watch it. I'll go Apollo just because every time I trust one of these guys, I was into the new Apollo Crews character, and I was like, he has to win. Like, you don't do this and then have him lose to Big E over and over and over. And I'm like, oh, fucking never mind. So yeah, the one time I think Big E's probably gonna win, yeah, I'm gonna go for Crews.
No, I think this is Crews all day. You can't do this match 5 times over and then have him lose it again. Like, it just makes no sense unless you're going to send Crews back to NXT, because that's literally the only option for him at that point. If he loses this match that's specifically designed for him and his new character on WrestleMania, forget about it. Just go back to NXT. We're done with you on the main roster. Thanks for 4 or 5 years or however long it's been, because we don't know what to do with you at this point. Yeah, now, Crews wins or he's done.
I have to say this also, like, okay, we've had all these name changes. We've had Bobby Roode go from Robert Roode and all these other stupid name changes. But we have Apollo Crews, whose gimmick is being changed to a Nigerian prince. And nobody thinks, hey, let's change his name from Apollo Crews. Is there less of a possible Nigerian prince name you could come up with? And so, yeah, like if we actually wanted to get in, like if they were actually going to sink the teeth into this character, they would. But it's one of those, again, half measures of a character. So it's so unfortunate. But moving along.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Moving along to this one.
No, I don't even. I'm like, this is going to ruin my night. Like, I already know this is going to ruin my night. We're talking about The Fiend versus Randy Orton. Okay, here's the thing.
The crispy critter from Canyon Creek.
I love this picture.
This is God damn. Is this not the most just stupidest,
pro wrestling,
disappointing? This ruined my night. Last pay-per-view. This ruined my night. I
made my night.
Fuck you. This ruined, like, I was just in a bad mood. I didn't want to watch wrestling anymore after this. It just put me in a bad mood. Here's the thing. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt have had a WrestleMania match. Guess what happened at that one? Fucking bugs were shot into the ring via lights and projectors and shit. They had to get stupid with that one. And that was all designed to give Randy Orton the title. It was a really bad finish to a really bad and awkward feud. Now we're doing it again. And somehow we've managed to make this one even fucking worse. These guys have had a cinematic match before, the House of Horrors match, where a refrigerator became the world champion that night. They've had the cinematic match. They've had the stupid WrestleMania match with lighting and augmented reality. They've had a match where Bray Wyatt was burned alive and died in the middle of a ring, Inferno match. And then Randy Orton lost to a 5-foot-tall woman. The history of this series, they've done everything under the sun. They have done every kind of match you can think about. But now, finally, to settle the score, they're just going to have a one-on-one singles match with no stipulation and no title on the line.
Yep. Now, Tony, I need you to pull that photo back up of the match that we're going to have, because I want you to come along with me. So I want you to imagine there's the backstage of WrestleMania in 2 days. Okay, we're at the backstage. Bray Wyatt's sitting down in the locker room, and he's looking at this mask, and he's thinking of how he got here. How did I get here? It's like, okay, so this mask is all burnt and fucked up because they lit me on fire. And then I came out of the fucking ring, and now apparently I've got to get a regular match over after that. And it makes me wonder what his entrance is going to be like. Is he going to be like all smoky and still like kind of burnt up? And is Alexa Bliss going to be like applying aloe gel and balm or something? Is like the whole way he's coming down during like, ow, I'm going to kick your ass, Randy. I don't get what's going to happen here. Chicken, Tony, who do you have to, I don't know, win this? Chicken, you go first, champ.
I got the Fiend to win. I'm just, this is so stupid.
You're thinking about him staring at that mask backstage right before he puts it on. He's staring at his gear, wondering, how exactly did I get here? I was the hottest thing in wrestling 18 months ago. What the fuck happened?
I don't get it. How many times does he have to save his own career in this company? Even he can't overcome the stupidity of this. This is the worst thing I've seen. And that's including some of the stupid shit that AEW has been doing. So this is awful. Wow, this is Fiend in a squash.
This tops Mimosa Mayhem to you.
It does.
Wow. Okay, so it's kind of got to be the Fiend. He's got to get you want to talk about who's going back to NXT. If the Fiend takes an R8 RKO and a 1-2-3, he might as well just ask for his release. And,
hi, Husky Harris in NXT.
Hey, AEW, how would you like the villain? That'll be where he basically goes next. At least they'll. God, can you imagine?
I will say there is one supposed little stupid rumor that I saw floating around a couple of weeks ago. And that was when the Fiend came out of the ring here at the last pay-per-view. It wasn't Bray Wyatt. Supposedly it was Bo Dallas in the costume, his brother. I don't know if there's any legs to that, but that is an interesting something they could do to maybe almost sort of redeem it and do something.
I don't think there's any redeeming this.
No, there's not. There's not. But at least wash the taste out of our mouth. And on Monday, I want to just forget all of this ever happened. I want to see the Fiend in the regular Fiend gear. I want to see him eating people alive again. Let's go back to where we were a year ago with the Fiend and pretend it didn't happen.
You're funny, Tony. You're so
I know. Thank you. All right, let's talk about the main event.
We lost Chicken. And he's back.
Let's talk about the main event. All right, this is going to be a great match. This is going to be fucking spectacular. Daniel Bryan versus Edge versus Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, in a triple threat for the title, main event WrestleMania. I'm legitimately excited for this. Like, this is a match that you could have written down on paper at one time and went, God, that would have really been something. But there is no way we would ever in a million years be able to see this match happen. Yet here we are in 2021, two guys that were forced to retire, both got their comebacks. DB's been at it for a couple, 2-3 years now. Edge took almost a decade off, and here we are. Edge has been back for a little over a year now himself. This is one of those matches you never thought you'd be able to see, and this has been a great story. The build's been awesome. I didn't see a lot of it coming, and I don't know how we ended up here, but I'm so happy that we did, because I think this is going to be a fucking fantastic main event, a fantastic match, and it's the first triple threat for the title, first real triple threat for a world title at WrestleMania since WrestleMania 31, which was kind of an impromptu triple threat, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm really looking forward to this. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
My first thought about this match is that this reminds me of almost like if you've ever played the 2K games where they'll just randomly put matches together and it'll be Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Edge in a triple threat opening main event followed by Goldberg versus Sting. It would be just insanity that would get booked before you. And this looks like one of those matches okay, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, Edge, what the fuck are you doing here? And when my brother asked me who's main eventing WrestleMania, I tell him Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan. He has no clue who either of them are. And Edge. And he goes, Edge is still doing this? And yep, turns out he is. And he's actually pretty good at it. And he's like, God damn, he can't be looking good. It's well, unfortunately, he's cut like a motherfucker. And with the
he looks better than he looked when he retired.
Yeah, and the trend in wrestling for the last 15 years is, my God, can wrestlers get any fucking smaller? So Edge looks like a goddamn gargantuan compared to most of the fucking roster nowadays. So he's doing quite well. So I don't know. Chicken, Tony, who you got here?
I'm gonna use my tribal chief powers and wait till the last to pick mine.
Okay. So Chicken's trying to hold off so he can try and copy the King of Extreme. I get it. But you realize, Chicken, you're gonna have to actually differentiate from us here to grab some points, because Tony and I have some difference. You're pretty much synced up with Tony night 1, and you're synced up with me night 2. So you gotta swing for the fences.
That's true.
Here.
Actually,
there's a reason I'm champ. I know what I'm doing.
That's true.
Okay.
Chicken and Phil have exactly the same picks for night 2. So, this is actually interesting in terms of the three-way dance between us. Phil, what are you thinking for the three-way dance for the main event for the Universal title?
I am the King of Extreme.
I have mine written down. I'm not
the Lord of the Scottish Highlands, the champion of the KOE Nation. Check out KOE Nation on Twitch and YouTube, by the way, folks. And I am also the Prince and Potentate of the political parlance, the Baron of Baldness, and also the Impresario of Interrupting. I will go first. I will tread into these waters for you, Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. And I'm going to say the winner of this match is going to be the darling Cinderella moment, the comeback kid, the ultimate opportunist. Edge will be your Universal Champion.
Big call.
Wow. I didn't think you were going to do that.
I didn't see that coming.
I really did not expect you to pick Edge. I've got mine written down, and I'll be honest. If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago who I thought was going to win this match, I was ready to pick Daniel Bryan. I don't know why. That was my gut feeling a week or two ago. And then kind of about a week ago, I'm just like, no, they're going to do the same thing they do with Daniel Bryan every time. On the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, main event. You are going to be 110% convinced that Daniel Bryan is going to win this match up until the very last fucking second, like always, because he's so good at it. And then, last second, Roman Reigns is going to come in, and then you're going to be like, oh, God damn it, here it is. Roman Reigns retains. Nope. Edge. At the last possible millisecond, Edge wins the Universal Championship. I agree, Phil. Edge.
Wow.
I was hoping Tony was going to go for Roman and then Chicken was going to say, fuck it, Daniel Bryan. That was going to make the main event really interesting. But, well, we got 2 for Edge. Chicken, are you going with us? Are you going to copy the King of Extreme? Or are you going to be your own man and branch out here?
So I think we can all agree it's not Roman. Nobody wants to see Roman win.
I honestly thought Phil was going to pick Roman. I kind of expected Chicken to pick Edge. Because that was when I was thinking Daniel Bryan. So I don't know.
That's really why I wanted to go last, because I'm fucking torn on Edge and Daniel Bryan. I have been for a couple days now.
I could make the argument. I could make the argument for either, because I think Daniel Bryan being injected into this feud really kind of gave the lifeblood to this story that was, I don't want to say missing, but it was expected. Like, people were expecting this matchup. Adding Daniel Bryan just added such a different perspective that if you put the belt on Daniel Bryan, it's going to be easy because he can pin Edge. Roman doesn't have to lose. If Edge wins, he can pin Daniel Bryan. Roman doesn't have to lose. Roman,
you just made up my mind. Edge wins. You're not gonna pin Edge with this long storyline of Edge never actually losing the title.
Tony, sometimes just shut your mouth and let him pick Daniel Bryan. Damn it.
Well, if the champ hang on. Pick Daniel Bryan.
Now I'm gonna give Chicken one last chance here, because Chicken, you realize that if your King of Extreme is ahead of you on night 1, you have no chance of becoming the champion.
That means you actually have to be ahead of me. So that means you have to get. That means Drew has to win, and Billy Kay's got to win in the tag team match.
Or anybody can win, just so long as your team doesn't win.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen. So,
well, all right.
We do have one more point, though. If you want to change to Daniel Bryan, go for it now.
Nope. Sticking with Edge.
All right.
Let
Let it be. This is the last pick. This is
tiebreaker.
Worth a point. This isn't a tiebreaker. This is just worth a point.
I object, because I am in the best position here to pull ahead, and now we're pulling in some bullshit. I think it's a tiebreaker.
What kind of odds do you think you have? I'm in the best position.
Drew McIntyre taking the 1, 2, 3. I am liking my chances, Jeff.
There's chances for ties. Do you want to make it a tiebreaker?
Let's
or just
make it
a half point? You want to just make it a half point? Like, how do you want to
tiebreaker?
Every time we make it a fucking tiebreaker point, you
count it as a point anyway, Phil.
Exactly.
Then we are establishing right now it's a tiebreaker, and that's it.
So it's a point.
It's a tiebreaker.
So it's a point.
It's only a tiebreaker. It'll be a point if Phil needs it to be a point. But if he doesn't need it to be a point, then it's a tiebreaker.
Okay, all right. Then it's an extra point. I pick Hulk Hogan. Fuck off.
He's the host of the stupid show.
You said that's a surprise. Quite surprising.
Okay, I picked Titus O'Neil then.
Well, shit fired, save me matches. Goddamn, Chicken. You got yourself a problem here. We picked the hosts.
You're not picking Hogan.
Jesus. Logan Paul.
Okay, come the fuck
Scheduled.
on.
Shut the I'm going with Becky Lynch.
Tony, who you
Phil?
got?
Oh, well.
Ed Lynch.
Lynch? Oh, Jesus.
Well, here's what's going to happen. Since Bayley doesn't have a match on the card, she's going to have her stupid talk show, and Lynch is going to come out as the guest, probably driving her fucking semi.
Well, I got to think long and hard on this one, folks, because basically this will be what cost me. If I wanted to just go the bitch move, I could say Lynch and just get my, fine. Fuck it. I'm just cutting this whole thing out.
We're saying Lynch. Becky Lynch is showing up.
Okay. Does anybody want to pick another surprise return then while we're at it?
No.
I still found a way to gerrymander the system. Give me some credit, folks.
A surprise return that we're going to see, I don't think at WrestleMania, but I think the night after.
I thought about doing Cena, but that's iffy.
I don't think it's going to be Cena. I mean, you'll probably see Cena in some video package, and that's going to be the gist of it. I think the return that you're going to see very, very soon after WrestleMania, same reason I picked Bobby Lashley to retain. Brock Lesnar comes back, and you finally get, maybe at SummerSlam, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, here's the problem with that. If they had Brock Lesnar, he would be going on this weekend. If they had him confirmed for anything, they would be putting him on WrestleMania. He is a draw, and since they ain't got him,
I don't know if they could get him to just walk out, pay him just pay him to walk out and flip off Bobby Lashley at the end of the match. Like, yeah, he would do it. He doesn't care. If they have it, they would want him, but it's obviously he's not going to do whatever the hell WWE wants. He's going to do whatever the hell he wants. So if they're like, hey, we'll pay you a bunch of money to come out and, cause some shit at the end of the match, he'll be like, yeah, sure, I can do that.
Well, folks, there we go. We have some potential ties here. We got some potential controversies. Chicken, if you and I tie, I guess
I'm just excited to know on night one if I beat Phil or not. And then I can move on.
we might be tied at the end of night one.
It's possible.
Oh my God.
And then it really boils down to can Tony catch back up? Because the only difference is one match on night.
He's got Sami Zayn. That's his saving grace on night 2.
You are relying on.
I feel good about my chances. Yeah, I really do. I feel great about my chances on night 2 now. Thank you, guys.
So if I have to retain the belt because of a tie with Phil, I guess it's okay. It's acceptable. I guess I can do it.
I mean, if you and I, Chicken, want to make a side bet tiebreaker, that would be one thing.
Oh, we'd have to think it through. I'm not doing one off the fly. I'm not. Nope.
Yeah, because you know who that's going to be designed for.
Exactly.
Well, since you're going to be here, we could make it a game of chance while you're here, folks. Keep your eyes on this space. We'll see what happens.
Phil's got plans.
Might be like an impromptu poker game or something. We'll have us some fun. It's going to be having, which actually, strangely enough, Chicken is making his way to Castle KOE. Is that true, sir?
That is true. Tomorrow morning, I get up, load the wife and kid, drop them off at a hotel, grab my guns and my equipment.
Jesus.
Yeah. Giggity. No, I will be at Castle KOE. We will be watching WrestleMania at Castle KOE tomorrow night. So I'm really excited to come hold my baby that you guys have been mistreating. Phil getting fingerprints. Get your hands off of there. Get your damn hands off of her. God.
Her. Yeah, Tony, I'm thinking we're going to have to eventually get Chicken like his own rated R superstar, Cena's spinning belt, like just clucking belt for when he's at his place.
Head that just rotates and spins.
Yeah, so when he's the champ at his place.
I've been designing a big bucking belt. All right.
Oh, no. I mean, granted, it's not nearly as prestigious as my KOE title. I mean, the thousands that were spent
or
on
the RWP television title that I debuted last month.
Tony, that's
Phil's holding that hostage as well.
You could have taken it. You could have taken it home, T.
No, Phil's holding a hostage. It'll re-debut tomorrow night.
I totally would not have stopped you if you wanted to just take that one home. But
all right.
So,
final thoughts about WrestleMania heading into the big show tomorrow night. What do you guys? Anything else you guys want to get off your chest?
I'm super excited to hopefully see a real show, a good show. I know it's not going to be the shows of old. I mean, it's still going to be a little weird, but it's going to be a lot less weird. I'm super excited to see a lot less weird. Hopefully we get a really good show. Hopefully there's potential for like 2-3 really, really good matches.
Yeah.
Hopefully they live up to the hype, and hopefully something else surprises us. The rest of it's probably going to be dog shit. But as long as I walk home with the gold, I really don't care. So I look forward to seeing you fellas, and this should be fun.
T.
I'm just going to say I'm I'm really looking forward to, like you said, a handful of matches, specifically Cesaro Rollins, to a lesser extent Lashley McIntyre. I think it's going to be a really good match. Really hope Banks Belair pans out as a really good main event. Owen Zane is going to be amazing. Oscar Ripley, really looking forward to that. Fuck Fiend versus Orton, just get it the fuck over with. And of course, the main event, Roman Edge and Daniel Bryan. Can't wait for that. Like you said, some really good wrestling on a really big stage. Finally, for the first time in just over a year in WWE, real fans at a real event in a real arena. I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for that big moment, and I'm not going to miss this. This is the first big one on Peacock, exclusively on Peacock. We got to start watching this thing precisely at 6 o'clock. I cannot wait to see that big WrestleMania intro in front of fans. I'm so friggin' jazzed for that. And I'm obviously, of course, looking forward to becoming a 10-time champion by the end of this weekend, just as long as Lana and Naomi win a shitty turmoil tag match and Sami Zayn wins.
And Drew isn't the first one that walks out.
Right, yeah, there you go.
You need Drew to not walk out. You need one specific team to win the tag team, whatever the fuck we're calling that. And I'll be frank, it was one of those, like, I wish I could get a point for just saying it'll be the Riot Squad that eats the pin, but no. Now, so yes, this, I'm looking forward to it. And believe it or not, I actually got the weekend off. It's mostly raining, which is why. So I'll actually be there at my house on time, and Chicken will have to meet up and have us a little fun beforehand. But, gentlemen, there's really just one thing I've got to say to the folks at home.
What might that be?
All that being said, folks, thank you for joining us this evening for our preview and prediction of WrestleMania. And yes, Justin, Chris, we will be going live right before and after each night for WrestleMania. So be sure that you are right here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, on Twitch, Big Fucking Empire, on Facebook, on YouTube, so you can be keeping up with us and our review of WrestleMania, folks. We are here. We are on the road to WrestleMania, and more importantly, we are on the road to decide who will be the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. Will it be Tony? Will it be Chicken? Will it be Phil? Be sure to tune in, because the drama, the excitement, the absolute on the edge of your seat adrenaline rush is going to be there. It's going to be there all weekend here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE. Find me at KOE Nation on YouTube and Twitch. And folks, be sure to join us for WrestleMania. Raise a glass to yourselves. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I cannot wait for it. And ladies and gentlemen, catch y'all on the flip side.
And see if it just smooths itself out.
Back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive.